It's the Joseph Bristol Show.
Welcome to another episode of the Joseph Bristol Show. Okay, I know it's been a minute, man, and that's because I've been working on school and well, really, I'm not gonna lie to you. I've mainly been doing school, and now that the semester is over, I figure, okay, I could make me some videos and really focus in on my writing so I could get this next book out. Some of you may have noticed that the website is down. I did take down my website for a little bit. I'm working on revamping it, reworking it, as well as I took down Human Nature, Seven Sons, my first novel. I took that down as well. I'm working on revamping that as well. So anybody who got the first edition of the book, well, that's just the first edition. And of course, I'm going to republish it. And then I guess the new version of it would just be the second edition of the book. It'll have, it probably have an extra chapter or two, maybe two more chapters. And, I'm going to fix up the margin and a couple other things. It was my first real novel, putting out an actual novel, like an actual story. So I learned a lot from that, and I'm able to adjust and bounce back and do it a lot better. And then as far as the next book is concerned, the sequel to Human Nature, Seven Sons, I'm working on that currently. That's going to be coming out soon. I don't know about this year, 2020. I'm not 100% sure because I think I'm on like chapter 9, chapter 10. So I'm almost done with the book, but then even once I finish it, I have to edit it, and then I have to get the cover made. That was another reason why I took down Seven Sons, because I wanted to remake the cover. I wanted to have it redrawn, and I wanted to have it redrawn so it can look the way I actually wanted it to look. So, I'm working on those two things. Hopefully I can get that done before January 6th, because January 6th, school starts back, and I'm taking 3 classes the next semester. So, one class was hard enough, and now I'm going to be taking 3 classes next semester. And 2 of my classes is Java. One is Java programming, and the other one is web programming. So, yeah, that's gonna be very time consuming. So we'll see how that works out. But on today's episode, I wanted to talk about that a little bit, an update on what's been going on and why I haven't put out a new video. I also wanted to talk a little bit about, I was going to get into my next episode, which was it was supposed to be about the idea of being thirsty. I hate that phrase, that reference of being thirsty, although in the Urban Dictionary it's defined as horniness, basically just somebody desiring somebody else for sexual purposes. But maybe I'll still do an episode on that, or maybe I'll find a new subject to do it on and change up the whole thing. But other than the update, I want to talk a little bit about these politicians, man. So they've decided to give us another stimulus check. Now, let me say, I originally did not think that they would give us another stimulus check. I'm not going to lie to you. After the $1,200, I thought, okay, this is done. They ain't giving us no more money. American government is corrupt. Nobody really cares about the people. Then I started hearing, okay, they're going to give us a check. They're going to give us a check. Boom. Now they decided, all right, we're going to give them a check. We're going to give them $600. So, like, 8-9 months we waited for $600. Mind you, all those politicians were getting paid. All of them was getting they paychecks. So they ain't have no problem. They ain't have to wait. And as a politician, they're not getting no, $12 an hour, $10 an hour. These guys make money. They make $100,000 a year. They make money. You know what I mean? So with that being said, they took this long to give us these checks, and now they only giving us $600. Now, some people will argue, something's better than nothing, and you shouldn't be counting on the government to take care of you, etc., etc., etc. Mind you, this is a pandemic. Secondly, this is our money. It's tax dollars that they're giving to us. So if you worked a job, they took out taxes, in which case they're just going to give you back your money that you've been paying into the system all these years for. So they're not doing us a favor by giving us stimulus checks. It's literally our money. The very purpose of the government is to take care of the people. That is the government's very job. That is the whole purpose of people gathering together and saying, you know what, we are going to pay into this system, pay into the government. So no, $600 is not adequate enough. It's not enough money. We need more money. But really what I wanted to talk about, not just more so ramble and complain about not getting the amount of money that I think we need. What I want to talk about is what we do as a result of this, right? So you had protests because of George Floyd, Black Lives Matter, protests over wearing a mask, protests about, you know, I said LGP, about, you know, I'm thinking about Dave Chappelle when he said the alphabet gang, but LGBTQ protests over that, over their rights. We have protests about women's rights, protests about the climate change. What we need to be protesting is the government not giving us stimulus checks. We need to be protesting that. We need to be on their behind. So this is what I'm suggesting that we do. I think we need to write our governor, write our senators, write our local politicians, and complain. We need to do some heavy complaining. We need to be on Twitter tweeting these people, you know what I'm saying? Tweeting the president, tweeting Mitch McConnell. Yo, matter of fact, let me rephrase that. Yes, we should complain, most definitely, but we need to vote these people out of power. Mitch McConnell and Nancy Pelosi, who are the speakers of the House, these people are like 80 years old, 70-something years old. These are old people. These old people need to get taken out of power. They need to be voted out. They need to go. We need fresh blood, new blood, young blood. Yo, hashtag that. Hashtag fresh blood, new blood into politics. We got to get rid of these people. People like AOC, Ilham, Omar, there's a couple of Pete Buttigieg, it's a couple other young people that are in politics. These are the people that need to be getting into power. These are the people we need to be voting for. We need to vote, man. I cannot emphasize this enough to people. We have to vote not just for the president, but for your local elections. You have to vote. You have to voice your opinion. That's how we get these old people out of power. Because it's really them that held all this up. It's really them who decided, these people don't need no money. If we vote them out, we can get in new people, young people, people who understand that, you know what, it's a pandemic. Other countries are giving their citizens money. Let us give our people money. It's redonkulous that you're talking 8-9 months, bro, and no money. And then now they decide to give us money and they're giving us $600. So if you're a single parent with one kid, you're gonna get a $1,200 check. 8 months you ain't had no job. And you know what I'm saying, getting your unemployment check, trying to scrounge to survive. Maybe you turned in your car because you couldn't make the payments, or you lost your car insurance. In which case, if you lost your car insurance in certain states, that means that your license got suspended. So now you have to cough up money to do all of this extra stuff. And all they're gonna give you is $1,200. What are these people doing? What are they doing? What is this? We have to vote these people out. We need fresh people, new people, young people into politics. And I believe that not only should we vote, but we ourselves should run for politics. It's not that hard to run for politics. All you have to do is make people know who you are. People just have to know you. You have to make your name known. You have to show your face. You have to build a following. Once people know you in your city, in your immediate area, they'll vote for you. Once they vote for you, you win. When you win, now you can change the rules. Now you can make something happen. Now you can actually help the people. So I just wanted to talk about that for a second. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on right now, not only in our country, but in the world. You're talking about stocks. These people are literally just signed papers to push certain Chinese companies out of out of the stock exchange in America. So certain companies you won't even be able to buy anymore, or you'll have to sell off your stock for them. It's going to drop the price of it. You're talking about a huge hack happened in our system. Oh, that's another thing. If you're thinking about going to school for something, for technology, don't think you have to go to school for computer coding to make apps and websites. You can go to school for cybersecurity. America just got hit heavy by cyber attack, which you know what that means. That means that cybersecurity jobs are about to skyrocket. They need somebody who can defend against hackers, who can, build systems. So cybersecurity is a big thing. It's a lot of news going on in the world, man. The hack that happened, Trump is leaving office, talking about martial law. That's not going to happen, but he brought it up. You got movie theaters are basically about to go out, like completely out of business. That's why they gave them money in the bill. It's a lot of things going on in the world. Climate change is outrageous. Matter of fact, they just found out that is it the Antarctic? That basically the Antarctic is melting faster than the models predicted. So the climate is changing faster than scientists thought that it was, which is really, really bad. There's a lot of things going on in the world, So I think that everybody just got to be careful out here. Definitely go out, get your guns, buy your weapons, learn how to use your weapons, learn how to clean your weapons. That way you can defend yourself if something does happen. Invest your money in stocks and in cryptocurrency, because cryptocurrency is a real thing. It's going to eventually take over the world, if not, it'll eventually become a part of the world, if not completely replace money altogether. So, invest a little bit into that. These tech companies, oh man, Facebook and Apple are going at it with each other. The government's talking about breaking up Google, breaking up Facebook, breaking up Apple, breaking up Amazon. They're saying that these companies are way too big, that they're holding down their competitors. They want to break them all up. It's a lot going on in the world. It's a lot. So I suggest everybody just pay attention, man. Pay attention to what's happening, and save your money. If you can save your money, save your money. If you can invest it, I recommend you invest your money, most definitely. Most recently, I actually shut down my Acorn debit card. So now I just use my Stash debit card to buy purchases. As many of you know, I made a video talking about Stash and Acorn, the two debit cards, how swiping the card, you get free stock because you're using those debit cards. With Stash, I like that better than Acorn, so now I just use the Stash debit card to buy things, and that way I can get free stocks. So I suggest everybody just invest their money in cryptocurrency and in the stock market, not just the American stock market. You can invest in foreign stock markets, the British stock market, Japanese stock market, Chinese stock markets. So just spread your money out and buy different things. I would suggest you buy land, not necessarily like property, like houses and stuff like that, but actual land. And maybe if you can buy foreign land, buy you some foreign land. My cousin's supposed to be helping me buy some land in Barbados. If she's watching this, I'm talking to you. You need to come on so we could do this thing. With that being said, man, guys, it's easy to talk. Everybody talks about what they're going to do, what they want to do. Everybody talks about how they want to be rich, how they want to make money. But it's much harder to put action to your talk. And I know sometimes you're tired, sometimes you're depressed and things like that, but you gotta push through that. You gotta fight through that. You gotta want it. And you gotta want it bad enough that you're willing to wake up tired. You're willing to go to sleep late because you're up all night working on your stuff. You're willing to not eat out today because you're trying to save every single penny. You gotta really want it in order to have it. Success only comes to those who are willing to fight for it, or willing to die for it. So, I just wanted to say that real quick, because I talk to a lot of people, and a lot of people I talk to, they're always saying, how they're going to do this and how they want to do that. And then they're always saying things like next year and next month, and stop putting it off, man. Do it now, today, right now. Like, no hesitation. There's no reason to wait. as soon as I'm done with this video, I'm going to start. I'm back to writing, working on my book. I'm back to that. So hopefully that'll come out soon enough. And I just encourage everybody to follow their dreams and don't stop, because the world don't stop. Time don't stop. You know what I mean? Just remember that. Time never stops. It's a forever going thing. So you either do it now or wake up years from now wondering what happened to your life. With that being said, I just want to thank everybody for watching another episode of the Joseph Bristol Show. Once again, this is just a quick update on what's going on. I don't know how often I'm going to be able to make videos, because I'm really focused on this school thing. I think, to be honest with you, I got to relook at it, but I think I only need like 7 or 8 more classes until I get my degree. And then, you know, once I get my degree, then I can change my job. I'm trying to change my career. As most of you know, I'm a driver, CDL driver, but I'm trying to transition out of that career bubble and go into something new. Technology. I love technology. I love tech. So with that being said, you know, I'm really focused. When school kicks in, I'm really focused in on that. Like, that's my main concern. I wake up, school. I come home, school. But I'll try to do something like maybe every Sunday. I don't know. Make a quick little video, 5-minute, 10-minute, just talking about the week, talking about things that I saw, talking about my thoughts on different things. You know, just the regular Joseph Bristol Show stuff. Who knows? Or maybe I'll make a podcast, a daily podcast. Then it'll be like a daily blog where I would just come on my podcast and just talk about my day or talk about, essentially my day. That's basically what these videos are. They're just vlogs where I talk about my life, talk about my day, talk about stuff. So it's just something to keep in mind. But I'm working on it, and I hope everybody's working on following their dreams and doing their thing, you know, because life is short, man. Remember, we are all out here trying to do the same thing. All of us are trying to do the same thing. We all want to be happy. We're all trying to just survive.